Alright, developer log for July 2026. So this month I've been working a lot on level 9. It is progressing very nicely. I'm just gonna immediately slow like the enemy that I showcased last month, which was the samurai bot. The samurai bot is now been fully implemented and it has now pretty much become one of my favorite enemies. Yeah. So it has really heavy melee attacks. It's technically a melee enemy, however most of the time you will be just dodging his rockets. I really like this enemy, mostly because it's really an enemy that can dislodge the player from its position. Now, it also has this suicide attack that it does. If it goes low on health, it basically stabs itself with its sword in a traditional Japanese way. And then it will just blow up if it gets close to you. So that's the enemy. Again, it has pretty much become one of my favorite enemies, mostly because it just works really well. It really, again, I said dislodging. It really dislodges the player from their position. One of the things that I don't want the player to do is just you see this a lot in first-person shooters where players just stay in one spot and they basically just take these like pot shots at enemies. Now this was already not a very effective tactic in my game, because enemies in my game are very accurate and they can really, if they have explosives, they really will hit you in their position. So I really want to keep the player moving, because this is a movement shooter. Like you're supposed to use movement a lot. And this samurai bot perfectly does that. It perfectly like keeps the player moving, and as long as you keep moving, it's not really that dangerous of an enemy on its own. Now it also has this, it probably has one of the best wind-ups, like where it just winds up. You even hear like a cocking sound where it loads its rockets. So yeah. And also it's visually, it's probably one of the better enemies. Now, a second thing I really want to talk about is you might see that the rockets now have a glow to them. So all of the slow-moving explosives that enemies shoot now have a glow. So I now also made a new Rocketeer enemy that shows up in level 9. And it fires like these slow homing rockets, and it has this VFX that makes it very clear that there is an incoming rocket. This was really required because otherwise they're just not visible enough for you to see. So besides the firing sound that you hear of them, you can now very easily see them. So every single rocket has, and as you can see, you will only see this bright light if the rocket is coming right at you. As soon as it passes you and you look at it from behind, you won't see this incoming warning basically. So yeah. This is also a very fun enemy. You can just place him on like high ground, and then the player will just have to be constantly moving to dodge his missiles. It's one of the, again, immediately a very fun enemy to fight. Oh yeah. That's very nice. So what I'm now going to talk about is I've actually gotten proper animation software. So I used to do animations in Blender, but I've decided to switch to, so this is what I used to animate the samurai bot. Let's actually see if I can get it looping. It's 34. And so I don't want to talk about this program too much because I'm still learning it. One complaint I have about this program is I think the UI is pretty bad. It's worse than Blender 2.7. Like if you've never used Blender 2.7 AI, 2.7 UI, pretty bad. This is even worse. So yeah, I just have to get used to the horrendous UI that this has. But once I've gotten used to the horrendous UI and kind of figured out how it mostly works, I'm sure I will be really enjoying animating. Animating has been something that I have really disliked. It's the only thing that I still really dislike. Like pretty much every other aspect of making a game, I pretty much have been able to learn to tolerate it, but hand animating still just sucks. So one of the reasons why I got this program is not only because it has better interpolating, so the reason why this program is so much better than Blender is because it has physics-based interpolation. So instead of just interpolating linearly or via a curve from one position to the next position, it will actually use physics to determine like how all of the like small micro movements work in a model, and that makes things look way more fluid than my usual animation. Now, it's still not a great animation, like, especially if you look at it very close, you will see a lot of like irregularities and weird things. You don't really see it in game, and I mean, the current animations for the samurai board are basically like the base standard that I want for all enemies, so I definitely will eventually be updating all of the animations for some enemies. Like, some enemies do have some pretty rough animations. I mean, that's to some extent by design. By design, I basically haven't really done... I don't put much time in animation. Like, it's one of those things that if I have time later, I will just go in and really spend time animating. But I'm not gonna spend a lot of time animating, then spend a lot of time not animating and doing other stuff, and then have to go back to animating again. I'm mostly just doing very rough animation work, and then I will do another layer, another pass later on. Like, I can still reuse these keyframes. Like, I can still like refine the animations later on, that's fine. Although I think this is the final animation. Like, this run animation is perfectly fine, and I will probably just keep it in the final game. I don't think I'll refine this further. Another thing that this program can do is it can do AI animation. It's unfortunately not as good as you'd think it would be. This is pretty much the only usable animation that I got out of it. Most of the time it just doesn't really understand what I want to do. This is a general issue with AI that I found, is where you can never really get it to do what you want to do. So this was the samurai bot has a run animation and a walk animation. So you can already see So this rough running animation was generated with AI, but as you can see, I had to completely clean. I had to spend a lot of work cleaning it up and manually like fixing the animation because it was so messy. Like, the AI created an extremely messy running animation. You can still see the mess a little bit in it. And yeah, I had to end up. So I basically made a whole bunch of keyframes based on the AI animation, and then I hand animated. I fixed it basically through hand animation. It is exceedingly rare. I mean, this is the only one. Like, it is exceedingly rare for an AI animation to be usable. Like, this is the walking, and this walking animation is the only usable thing I got out of it. Like, everything else I just had to pretty much do myself. So yeah, it's still a nice tool to have. It also works a lot better for like proper humanoids. I noticed, like, as soon as a skeleton isn't. It gets a bit weird with proportions. The AI also no longer really understands what it needs to do. And unfortunately, most of my game is non-humanoid animation. So, I mean, this technically is humanoid, but like non-human skeletons. Like, this is, yeah, yes, it's a humanoid figure, but the proportions are all whack. So yeah. So yeah, this is the walking animation. It then interpolates it together with the running animation to make the locomotion animations. Another thing I worked on is so I also used one thing I also already did was the player animation. So the player now has a much more combative stance, like much more hunched over, and it looks way better. So I redid the locomotion animations in Cascadeur as well for the human locomotion, and you can see it in my shadow. Like, I actually removed the mirror on this level because there was a short bug with it, but yeah. Vastly, all of the movement animations and also the crouching animations are way better. You actually also see it with the AI enemies, because the trooper enemies reuse the same animations as the player. So yeah, I did already spend some time on fixing the locomotion animations, and it looks a lot better. Especially the static stance. Like, this wide body stand, like with the feet wide apart, gives it a lot more of a firm planting on the ground, and it looks a lot more realistic. So, this is level 9. So, level 9 is a completely different cityscape. Yeah, so right now it's mostly only just the street. I still have to make all of the like decorations around it. I'm kind of confused why there is no skybox. There should be a skybox, but it's not here. Okay, whatever. I'll figure out later why I can't see the skybox, because that is kind of weird. Okay, maybe I accidentally deleted the skybox or something. That could have happened. So yeah, here you see like the whole new cityscape that I've been making. So it's basically a futuristic... I mean, this is Neo Tokyo. Neo Tokyo in the lore. This is the map that I've decided to make instead of a different map. So it's great. So there also is a rain effect. The rain effect doesn't play because I'm not playing. These cars are placeholders. Like, these are placeholders for what will eventually be proper car models. I spent so much freaking time modeling geometry that I was not gonna spend like a week modeling I mean, it's probably not gonna be good, but I was not gonna spend days modeling cars. I really wanted to continue on with playtesting, so I just have these placeholder cars. So yeah, it's based on Japanese street design. It's also pretty high up, so this is like, there are going to be like old buildings like everywhere. Like this is a very highly raised section of highway. Like we are far above ground level. It's going to look awesome once everything is put in place. So yeah, this little corner here I've already made, and yeah, it plays very well. So as you can might imagine, like I've put the new rocket enemies, like they will be placed here and they will shoot these slow firing rockets down, and then you have the option to either like, you can either snipe them if you have something long range, or you can like run as quick as you can to the stairway and then take them out that way. It's really awesome. So yeah, I'm really happy with the decision to make this level. Like I like cyberpunk aesthetics. Like it's, I mean, I've been making synthwave music forever now, so yeah, I really enjoyed that I made the decision to make a cyberpunk map. It's gonna consist of 2 levels, so level 9 and level 10 is gonna be both taking place in Neo Tokyo, and yeah, it's gonna be awesome. I'm so happy that I made that decision, and it's absolutely worth the additional work that I need to do, because again, originally I expected level 9 and level 10 to reuse the Restore tile set from level 3 and level 4, and no, I'm just gonna make a whole new tile set and a whole new level, and it's also gonna be much more fun for the player that they're gonna experience a whole new biome for them to explore and to see, rather than just going back to the same tile set they already seen. But so yeah, that's basically what I'm working on. I'm hoping to finish this entire level this month. It's gonna be quite a task, but yeah, I'm up for it. I'm working quite fast with this level, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope I'll showcase a bit more of the finished enemies, and maybe I'll also show a bit more of maybe I'll show like if the whole thing, full skybox and stuff is fixed, I'll show that as well next month. So yeah, that's it.